We're about to dive into a list that has everyone asking questions. Who are the richest countries in the world? But here's a twist. Wealth doesn't always mean what you think. Today, we're exploring the top 10 richest countries by GDP per capita. Think you can guess who will make the list? We'll go beyond the numbers to see what makes these countries so wealthy. From high-tech industries to natural resources, each country has its own formula for success. And you might be surprised by some of the names on here. Before we jump in, let's talk about what richest means. Here, we're measuring wealth using GDP per capita, which is the total economic output of a country divided by its population. Basically, it shows the average wealth per person. GDP per capita gives us a glimpse into how well off people might be in a country. Ready to get started? At number 10, we have Australia. Known for its iconic landmarks, natural wonders, and laid-back lifestyle, it boasts a GDP per capita of about $62,000. But what makes Australia so wealthy? Much of its wealth comes from mining. They have one of the world's largest reserves of natural resources, iron ore, gold, coal, and they export a lot to countries like China. But here's a question for you. If Australia's so rich, why is everything so expensive there? Have you ever wondered what it's like to pay $4 for a single avocado? Nonetheless, Australia has a booming tourism industry, drawing millions of visitors each year to experience its uniqueness. And did you know Australia is one of the few places that is a continent all on its own? Fascinating country. Coming in at number 9 is Denmark, with a GDP per capita around $64,000. This small Nordic country is known for its high standard of living, universal healthcare, and of course, hygge, that cozy, content feeling they're famous for. Denmark's wind turbines are legendary. They generate around half of the country's electricity. This green powerhouse also invests heavily in health, education, and social welfare. And did you know, Denmark has one of the world's lowest levels of income inequality, which contributes to a sense of social balance and trust. And if you're a fan of cycling, Denmark is heaven. In Copenhagen alone, more than half the population bikes to work every day. And let's not forget about the Øresundsbron, which is a stunning engineering marvel connecting Denmark and Sweden across the Øresund Strait. Spanning nearly 5 miles, it's a combined road and rail bridge that seamlessly transitions into a tunnel underwater, making it one of the longest of its kind in Europe. Landing at number 8, we find Singapore, a tiny city-state with a GDP per capita of about $67,000. Singapore's story is nothing short of remarkable. In just a few decades, it transformed from a fishing village to one of the world's richest nations, without any natural resources to speak of. Singapore's secret, strategic location, and a talent for attracting international business. It's a global financial hub, and its port is one of the busiest on Earth. But here's a fun question. Would you live in a city so densely packed that every square inch has a purpose? Singapore might be small, but its impact is huge. At number 7, we have the United States, where ambition knows no bounds. With a GDP per capita close to $70,000, the US is a global powerhouse, driven by technology, finance, and entertainment industries. But here's the thing about the US. It's a land of contrasts. While cities like San Francisco and New York thrive with billionaires, rural areas can paint a different economic picture. Ever wondered why the American dream is so appealing, yet so challenging? The US is a place where innovation flourishes, but it also highlights the complexities of wealth distribution. And if you're a fan of movies, tech, or fast food, you're already familiar with America's cultural exports. Fun fact, the US alone accounts for around 24% of the world's economy, making it the largest economy globally. In sixth place, we have Norway, where nature and wealth go hand in hand. With a GDP per capita of $75,000, Norway owes much of its prosperity to oil. But there's a twist. Rather than spending it all, Norway invested its oil earnings into the world's largest sovereign wealth fund, worth over $1 trillion. It's a safety net for the future. Norway's commitment to sustainability also means it's leading the charge in renewable energy, especially hydropower. And here's a question for you. Could Norway stay rich if it lost its oil wealth tomorrow? They're betting on green energy to ensure it. Up next, Switzerland claims the fifth spot with a GDP per capita of $83,000. Known for its watches, chocolates, and a very well-kept banking system, Switzerland has a wealth management reputation like no other. Its economy is built on trust and precision, attracting clients from around the world to its financial institutions. And here's a fun fact. Switzerland has maintained neutrality in global conflicts for over 2 centuries, giving it a stability that's rare in today's world. Switzerland's high standard of living also draws people from all over, and its location in the heart of Europe makes it a melting pot of languages and cultures. Plus, did you know the Swiss consume the most chocolate per capita? About 9 kilograms per person each year. Landing at number 4, we have Ireland, with a GDP per capita around $90,000. Ireland's economy is on the rise, thanks in part to its low corporate tax rates, which have attracted big players like Apple, Google, and Facebook. But there's a twist to Ireland's high GDP. It's partly due to these multinational giants. So, is Ireland truly one of the richest countries, or does it just host the wealth? Either way, the tech boom has boosted local businesses and job opportunities. But here's something curious. What would happen if these companies left? Ireland's culture remains a huge draw for tourists, and the Emerald Isle is famous for its storytelling, music, and iconic pubs. Fun fact, Ireland was one of the first countries to ban smoking in public places back in 2004, a move that set a trend worldwide. In the third spot, Qatar boasts a GDP per capita of roughly $100,000. This small nation in the Arabian Peninsula has one of the world's largest natural gas reserves, making it incredibly wealthy. Qatar's investment portfolio is just as impressive, with stakes in everything from luxury hotels to sports teams. And get this, they spent nearly $220 billion preparing for the World Cup, the highest budget ever. Qatar's vision for the future includes diversification, with investments in tourism and infrastructure. And did you know Qatar Airways, one of the world's top airlines, is owned by the Qatari government? Second on our list is Luxembourg, a small European country with a big bank balance. With a GDP per capita around $115,000, Luxembourg has a thriving financial sector that punches way above its weight. It's no surprise that it is a tax haven, attracting banks and multinational companies. But there's more. Luxembourg is also investing in space mining, with ambitions to one day harvest resources from asteroids. How's that for futuristic? And did you know this country offers free public transport to everyone, making it the first country to do so? It's also home to a thriving expat community, with nearly half the population being foreign-born. And at the top of our list is Monaco, where luxury knows no bounds. With a GDP per capita of about $190,000, this tiny principality is famous for its glamorous lifestyle and tax-free status. It is the playground of the ultra-rich, with 1 in 3 residents a millionaire. The principality generates much of its wealth from tourism, casinos, and real estate. But here's a fun fact. Despite its size, Monaco doesn't impose an income tax on residents, which attracts wealthy individuals from all over the world. With a prime location on the French Riviera, it's one of the most desirable places to live. And did you know? The entire country is only about 2 square kilometers, smaller than Central Park in New York. So, there you have it, the top 10 richest countries in the world. From small city-states to massive nations, each country on this list has its own story of wealth, culture, and what it means to live a prosperous life. But here's something to think about. Is wealth really just about money? Or is it about the quality of life, the culture, the way people come together, and the values they share? Maybe it's about creating a balanced life, preserving the environment, or fostering a sense of community. Or perhaps it's about building a future where everyone has a chance to thrive. What do you think? Is wealth something that can be measured, or is it more than numbers on a chart? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this journey around the world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more explorations of the world's most fascinating places and cultures. Thanks for watching.